Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I am back with this Path to the Barn stamp set. Now earlier I did this beautiful winter card, and if you watched the video I actually ran out of my Marby snow pen, but I got a new one, so I added some more snow to it. But you can see, I think it really looks like a wintry scene. Lots of shimmer, some, I don't know if you guys can see that, there you go. The raised layers of that puffy snow. So lots of fun. I'll link that video if you missed it. So then I had fun changing it up, and I made this beautiful spring summer card, and I turned the path into a stream. So it's almost like this is a mill. Look at that beautiful stream. I put glossy accents in it. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's actually glitter in there. There we go. And so again, a very dimensional card. So I want to continue playing with this card, and I have a stamp method that is probably not new to most of you, but it's new to me. It was out, I'm going to say maybe a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, and I just never tried it. So we're going to play again with the Path to the Barn stamp. We'll get to that in a second. This is called the black ice method. So for those of you who are familiar with it, bear with me, never did it before. We're going to try it out. So I have this piece of die cuts with a view, very light blue foil paper. I have a little Swiffer here, and I just kind of want to wipe it down. I don't want any of my oils from my fingerprints to get on it. And I have a piece of scrap paper here. So if I understand correctly, what I should do is start with some StazOn. Now I've already inked my black StazOn a few minutes ago, so it's been soaking into the pad. And you want to keep this protective lid on there. All right, and so you ever so gently, I'm just going to turn my paper here a little bit, want to hold one side down and then very gently, slightly streak your ink down. And you want to try to be as straight as possible, which clearly I'm not very good at. Very, very light touch. I'm not left-handed either, so I'm trying to see how I'm going to do this. Okay, and do this side. There we go. The more I do it, the better my streaks seem to be getting. All right. How am I going to do this? Clearly, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Like I said, I haven't done it before. I only watched a few videos back in the day. I guess I'm going to go in here left-handed. Oh, Lord. Okay, cross my fingers here. Just gently. Oh, okay, not too bad. But you just want a little bit of that black ink on the top, maybe on the edges there. You try not to get it streaky. Okay. I wouldn't mind a little bit more on this side here. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Not going to mess with it anymore. All right. You don't really want to smudge it. It'll dry pretty quickly because it stays on. The next step, if you want to dry it with a heat tool, you can. Gonna mess with it too much there. And I've already set my stamp up in my mini Misty, so I'm going to press this down into the bottom right corner here, and I'm really trying to be careful not to touch or smudge it too much. Just placing that down. I have some of that double-sided sticky tape down there in the corner, so it's stuck down pretty good. And now we are going to ink with our StazOn ink. And I put it in my Mini Misty just in case I don't get a really good, clear, crisp image. I might need to stamp it again. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried this method and any tips you have for success. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. I missed a little spot right here. I must have missed inking that. Oh, I did miss inking it. There's a big empty hole right there. All right, hopefully I can stamp this again without messing it up. Fingers crossed. All right, that looks pretty good. We're going to carefully peel that up. All right, so you can see, hi me, the streakiness from the StazOn around the edges, and then you can see the image. All right, so now I'm going to heat set this again. And put my ink away. We're done with the black StazOn ink. That's dry. You really want to be careful and make sure that this is fully dry before you move on. So I'm just going to take this scrap paper and just kind of press it down, rub on it. Okay, so nothing transferred up, so I know it's completely dry. Okay, and so now is the fun part. I'm just going to flip my scratch paper over here, and I'm going to put some temporary adhesive down. And again, I'm just going to press that in place. I want to use my little Swiffer here and just very gently make sure everything is dry. Press that down onto the paper. So the adhesive is going to hold it onto our paper here. And again, just make sure we don't have any extra fingerprints or anything like that on there. So now we're going to take our Versamark ink. And with the Versamark ink, same thing, just ever so lightly, just streaking it down our page. You don't really want to press down very hard. Very gently, just streaking down. Okay, so done with that. Then we're going to do the fun part, which is taking some clear embossing powder. Any embossing powder will work. I like the Brutus Monroe Icicle embossing powder. So, actually, you don't even need to take it off the sheet. You could just leave it on there. And we're going to just sprinkle that clear embossing powder all over our image. And I'm going to funnel it all into this coffee filter. So I have like 90% coverage, a little heavy-handed on the right. On the left, there's an empty spot there. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to mess with it because it's supposed to have this kind of worn, weathered, distressed look, almost like you're looking at an old photograph that over the years has kind of lost some of its color, but it's glossy. So now the fun part, we're going to heat it up again. Okay, that is really cool. I don't know why I never tried this before. So now we have this stamped image with this kind of like crystallization over the top. It really does. I forget what they called those old photos. It really does look like a worn kind of antique photo. And then we're just going to mount it on some cardstock. Let me get it off the temporary adhesive here. Again, very gently going to dust with my Swiffer. I think I have a black card here. So I was doing some card projects earlier. Here it is, underneath everything. Let's see how this looks. Let's finish this off. And again, another cool way to finish off a holiday card. Use some Tombow Extreme on this just because we do have a little bit of warping with the heat embossing. I have embossing powder all over the desk. Okay, so I'm going to use some Tombow Extreme. You can pick this up at any store. Stampin' Up! Used to carry it, but now it's pretty much at any big box craft store. But I like this because it's a heavy duty adhesive and it will hold anything down. And I like this on the black card. I think it really sets it off. And then we'll just put a piece of a lighter card inside to do our sentiments and things like that. So there we go. That is called the black ice method. Very easy to do. You can do it on any mirrored foiled cardstock. That's what really gives it the pizzazz. And look at how imperfect it looks, but it really stands that out. So let me know what you think. Again, if you've tried this before and you have any tips or tricks, I would say the thing that I noticed when I was researching it, you can look it up on YouTube. It's the black ice cards. Is everyone said use a very light hand when you're doing your ink and when you're doing your Versamark for your clear embossing. So very simple method. Again, all you're going to do is shade the top and the bottoms with some straight lines with the StazOn. Stamp your image with StazOn. Then make sure everything's completely dry. Go over it with your Versamark ink. And then just use some really good clear ultra fine embossing powder. And I used Brutus Monroe Icicle. The stamp is provided by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And again, it is called the Path to the Barn. So 3 different ways that I have used this stamp set to make some beautiful cards. Again, we made a nice winter card. We made a nice spring card. I hope you guys will try it out. Let me just bring these all back in for you. 1 stamp, 3 different beautiful ways of using it. And again, you can find this stamp at Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. I'll link it down below for you. I'll also link these videos in case you missed them so you can check them out. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep on stamping. Bye-bye.